Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dave TV. There's my right foot. It hurts. My heel of my right foot hurts. My finger hurts. I'm a man of pain this morning. Welcome to Dave TV. It's the 3rd of June, 2013. Okay, so let's see if I can get this cord to come over. There we go. Okay, this is our AM radio here. There's 980. And then we go up here to, what other stations? Can I get BAL? Yeah, there's BAL, 1090. Yeah, it ain't great, but 1120, one of my favorite signals. And, of course, 1190. What is, listen to that. Radio China is just broadcast. It was a buzz radio. It's a strong signal, but there's nothing on it. I guess China didn't pay its bill there. And, of course, 1220, one of the oldest religious radio stations in the Washington area. And then we go to 1260. There's 1260. Okay, I'm trying to listen to Andy Park's new show. This is my AM antenna, by the way. Okay, I can kind of hear it. It's kind of there. It's kind of like listening to shortwave, you know. There's a kind of a...
All right, my friend. I'm afraid I have to go right now. Of course, I don't consider myself a thug, but there are some who may. I don't know. Jeffrey will talk tomorrow. Thanks. Take care. Thank you so much, Andy. Cheers. Bye. Jeff Soder of the Washington Times, 1229, 1260 WRC. Andy Parks live from the Washington Times. Stay right here.
Now, do you know that? Okay, so Andy, you can kind of hear it. Andy Park's new radio show there on 1260. Now, here's my question. Here's 105.1 WAVA. And as you can see, they don't run any digital signal at all there. It's just 105.1. Why doesn't WAVA put the signal for WWRC, 2 W's, on one of their HD radio subchannels? Why don't they start up an HD radio thing and at least get, here in Wild West Fairfax, you can barely hear WWRC during the day. And at night, of course, it's completely gone. That's Salem Radio's righty talker, okay? They have the righty talk format on there. And you can barely hear it during the day. And at night, it's gone completely. And obviously, they're trying to promote that. Why don't they get it on as many signals as they can? What they need to do at Salem is take 105.1 WAVA, their main station in Washington, which is mainly a Christian talking kind of format. And they need to put an HD radio digital thing on there, and then one of their subchannels they could put WWRC on there, so at least it would give it some more coverage. I don't know how many people are going to listen to that, but at least it would give it some sort of coverage. I don't know. So anyhow, looking at today's Washington Times, and there we go. The bottom of it is there. There's old Andy Parks. New time, new station, the Andy Parks Show. And was there an article? Did they put it? I think there is an article in there somewhere. But they are really hyping that. I don't. You look at 1260. What does 1260 tell you numerically? It's double WMA. Remember WMAL 6:30 a.m. Well, if you take 6:30 a.m. and double it, you get 1260. What does that mean? I don't know. And then a couple people, I was on the internet today, and somebody was saying, they had, last weekend or last Friday, was it a plane, a little plane running out of gas, trying to make it into Dulles Airport, didn't quite make the airport, and hit a condo or apartment complex there in Herndon. Picture the plane just kind of went right into the top of the building, and no serious injuries, but some reporters said 3 people were injured. And somebody mentioned on the internet today that the Washington Post had 6 reporters covering the story, and you still weren't clear after reading all the Washington Post's account on that little plane crash whether there were 2 or 3 injuries. You got 6 reporters covering the story, and you still don't have clear coverage. Oh, I'm sorry. I left this over on the other side. And of course, another reason why the Washington Post is such a great newspaper. Look at this today. Today's style section, at the bottom of it, is a front page article on the Washington Post annual post hunt. You know, every year they have this thing where they have a little contest there in downtown D.C. It's sponsored in part by Mix 107.3, by the way. But, you know, and they promote it in the paper. I guess that's all well and good. But to use the news, have two reporters assigned to covering it, I don't know, man. That's a little much on the journalistic. That's stretching that journalistic license a little bit. Don't you think? Don't you think? Still looking for that. I'm still looking for that new. That new Channel 20 subchannel. It's called Movies. We're still looking for that on our cable TV lineup, and I haven't found it yet. So why am I talking like this? Because I'm trying to delay. Waiting for my TV to warm up here. Let's see if I hit my. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm unprepared today. Where am I? Hello? Hello? Are we still on the air? There's my TV. So if we go to the guide and we go to channel, say 200, okay? And there we have Antenna TV. This is where they put all the subchannels, by the way. So we have Antenna TV, and we have Channel 9's Weather Radar. And we have Me TV. Oh, Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that. Lifetime. What is it? LWN. Live Well. This. Cozy. But I'm not seeing. Okay, so then there's some more sub-channels down here, like at 246. And, oops, sorry. I didn't do that right. 246. Okay, so let's see if we got some more sub-channels down here. And I'm just seeing if there's any. No, we got Mundo Fox. So we do still have Mundo Fox on there. And then we got the WETA channels, then WETA UK, and then all the megahertz channels. But I'm not seeing any, nope, not seeing any, I'm not seeing any movies! So the mystery continues. Will Comcast ever carry that channel? I do not know. Donnie Simpson! You know, Donnie Simpson, gosh, he's been on the air in the Washington area in the 80s and up to the early 90s. He was on the radio at WKYS. Then, remember we worked with Tony Perkins, the actor who was in Psycho? No, the other Tony Perkins, the one who does the morning news there on Channel 5. Anyhow, then Donnie drove his limo over to PGC in 1993 and worked there till 2010. Now, the word was in 2010 that Donnie was just making too much money. He was one of those highly, highly, highly paid, maybe one of the highest paid ever radio personalities in the Washington market. You know, and CBS just said, we can't afford this guy anymore. So it was basically said to Donnie, bye-bye. And Donnie, unlike Jack Diamond, Donnie said, fine. Let me do a couple finance, did a nice farewell show, did his radio retirement, and, what was he, like mid to late 50s, in his age. And then that was that. And we all thought, okay, Donnie's contract lasts with CBS Radio at PGC for another year or so. By 2011, we're going to hear a new radio gig for Donnie. No. Despite some rumors, it was all Donnie. Donnie basically liked being on the golf course and liked his life of leisure, and that was it. So now, everyone thought, okay, HUR would love to have Donnie because HUR skews older. It's an older kind of skewing station, not like KYS or maybe MMJ, but it's more of an older station. And so now the rumors are that was reported by All Access. Our good friend Joel Denver. Joel used to work in the Washington radio market was he ever not fat, Joel Denver? I don't know. Back when he was thin, I'm just guessing. But anyhow, sorry, Joel. Anyhow, Joel Denver. No relation to Bob Denver of Gilligan's Island fame, at least not that I know of. But anyhow, Joel Denver, who runs All Access, tells us that Donnie has tapped a consultant guy named Ed Pearson to check around and see if there were any media gigs for Donnie. So will Donnie come back to radio? I don't know. Will he come back to local radio? Will he come back to a national radio show? Will he go to Sirius XM? Will he do a podcast? Will he get into television? Who knows? There's a lot of things I think Donnie could do. But I think most people in this market would love to hear him back on the radio. And I'm saying to myself, here's HUR. They don't have an afternoon radio show at HUR. For the last couple of months, they've been doing this Washington's Next Big Radio Voice or whatever, where they're doing all this testing of all these different people. And, like Olivia Fox and Mark Clark and Troy Johnson, a whole bunch of cool people. And they still haven't made a decision after like 3 months of doing all this testing, like who's going to be the new afternoon drive show. And I always say to myself, that would be a perfect place for Donnie Simpson, wouldn't it? To do an afternoon drive show on HUR. Good signal, older skewing demo. Now the question is, first off, two strikes against Donnie. 2 strikes, okay? His age. He's pushing 60 next year, which is getting up there in terms of, radio stations are more and more than ever skewing younger these days. They need to skew younger in terms of getting that ad revenue. And you're putting a 60-year-old guy on, even though he's wonderful and he's young sounding, he's still pushing 60. That's strike 1. And strike 2 is what Donnie would get paid. Again, HUR is probably not going to pay somebody veteran CBS money, like what Donnie was making over there at KYS. The PGC. So, HUR is probably thinking, we could hire somebody a third Donnie's age, and we could pay them 1/50th of what Donnie probably wants, and we could probably get comparable ratings and ad revenue. So that's the 2 strikes against Donnie. But who knows what'll happen. Be interesting to see where Donnie, I don't know, maybe Donnie could do television. Do the Channel 5, become, his niece is Cindy Simpson. And Cindy, of course, more and more rumors, she's heading down to Atlanta to be on WAGA, the Fox station down there, and a lot of rumblings about what's going on at 7. But that's pretty much, my sources confirm that, although there's been no official announcement yet about Miss Cinnabon Simpson. Or Cine Simpson. Excuse me. All right, folks. That's Dave TV for the 3rd of June. Bam! 2013. Book 'em, Dano!